Thanks for watching this live stream of Southern Illinois High School football on the WFCN News Game of the Week. The action is brought to you by Swinford Media Group and all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Family of Businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, SIU Credit Union, Anderson's Furniture, State Bank of Whittington, City of Herrin, City of Sesser, Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, Herrin Unit 4 Schools, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Wit and Wisdom, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,
Hello and welcome to the WFCN Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Price, and we are here in Herrin for Week 2 football. I'm joined alongside Garrett Smith, who will once again be providing play-by-play this season. This is the pregame show here on WFCN News. A special thanks to the sponsors who make these live streams possible. They include John A. Logan College, Anderson's Furniture, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Watermark Auto Group, Black Diamond Harley Davidson, BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, Allegiance Bank, The Print Shop, State Farm Kenya Gardner, Kemper CPA Group, Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, the State Bank of Whittington, The Roofing Guys, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Herrin Unit 4 Schools, the City of Sesser, and the City of Herrin. So that is a long sponsor list for us this year. We want to thank all of them for being a part of the WFCN Game of the Week. Garrett, it's good to be back for another season. We saw some Week 1 action at Carterville, but this is the first time we're here on the mics this season.
Yeah, honor and a privilege as always to be back in the WFCN broadcast booth. Thank you for having me back this season, Aaron. And yeah, last week we got to be on the sidelines. I know we did some camera work, some filming of the footage between Carterville and Marion. A really good game. Went down to the wire, but something special about being on the call, and we get to call a couple of teams that have played quite a bit in Herrin and West Frankfort. But, you know, last week, Marion and Carterville, first time in over 100 years that they played?
Yeah.
Huge, and it's Roper to Atkins, and how many times have I said that over the last 3 years? Once Atkins, and who else but Sam Atkins makes it back, a one-possession game, and it took less than a minute for Marion to answer a two-point conversion out of it. Questionable play call here in the back of the end zone, towing it, and they say incomplete. Carterville trying to go to 1-0, Marion trying to go to avoid going to 0-1. Hit as he throws, dangerous pass, and it's somehow brought in. Keep it on the ground, and Miller is in for 6. Point after.
Oh, yeah, put the pressure on the Wildcats as they get that one to go through.
But big penalty there to keep this drive alive for Marion. Roper in trouble, gives it off to Thomas. Following his blockers, cuts back to the middle. Still on his feet, gets out to the outside. 2 guys to beat. Junius Thomas with 3:45 puts Marion back within a score. 4 receivers for Roper, bad snap. He's got to get rid of it, and the play doesn't work, and it's a 9-point game. Atkins will kick it away. Right to Johnson, a scramble though, he lost it. Marion thinks he has it.
He might have been down. It's awfully close though.
Marion ball signals Todd Bryant. Roper and company back on the field. Looking, swings it out to Winters. Follows a couple key blockers. First Southern Bank first down, toe in the sideline out of bounds, and all of a sudden the Marion Maniacs have something to cheer about, Gage. We're back here live at Carterville. Out of the timeout, Junius Thomas is wide open. Touchdown, Marion! Recreation Center. They direct snap to Blake Winters. A different look here on this 2-point conversion, and it pays off as he's in. And with 3:09 Gage, we've got a 1-point game. Trying to start the season 1-0. Something's got to give. 4 receivers set. Roper in the shotgun with time. Looking, steps up, hit as he throws. Picked off, and that's the game. Carterville seals it. Aiden Swallers with a game-saving interception. And Roper's 3rd pick of the night gives Carterville the Week 1 win as they will move to 1-0. Marion will start 0-1. A game on both sides, as you hate to see either team have to lose this game, but Carterville made less mistakes than Marion and ultimately wins the game 35-34. I'm Riley Swinford signing off from Lions Field following a 35-34 Carterville win over Marion. Until next week, live from Wildcat Stadium, good night from Carterville.
Hi Wildcat fans, I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
All right, welcome back to Herrin, where we just finished up the national anthem, and we are just about 7 minutes from kickoff here in Herrin. I'm Aaron Price, once again joined alongside Garrett Smith. Garrett, let's now talk a little bit about this week's matchup between the West Frankfort Redbirds and the Herrin Tigers. The Tigers visited the Benton Rangers last week, so talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and it was all Rangers in that ball game. I think the final ended up 69-0, and that's definitely not the way you want to start if you're a Herrin Tiger. But you get to return to your home field. You get to play. Been playing pretty good football the past few years in West Frankfort, so it'd be a good quality first win of the season. Wouldn't necessarily allow you to forget the one game against Benton completely, but it would definitely soften the blow a little bit if you could find a way to win in front of your home crowd.
Yeah, and, head coach Nathan Lieber, he takes over a program that really is undergoing a transition. They have several key offensive and defensive starters from last season that are gone. They're kind of relying on a young roster here in 2025. The team will take the field with a new starting quarterback. They have a new running back and fresh faces on the defensive line. They suffered a tough week 1 loss, as you mentioned, Garrett, to the Benton Rangers. Their offense was just on fire that game. They scored 69 points on the Tigers. So today's matchup will be another learning curve for this young team. But as we're about to hear Coach Beery say in a second, we'll be playing his interview here in a moment. This is still a team that has a quality, long-standing program here. So it is definitely a threat here in week 2. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Redbirds. Garrett, talk about their game last week.
Yeah, Frankfort dropped 50-something points on Massac County. Gave up 3 touchdowns, but still working out some kinks in the defense for Coach Beery and his team. But, putting up 50-plus on night 1, that's a really good showing from the Redbirds. They knocked off Herrin last year, 34-12, looking to rewrite that one a couple years in a row against a team that Frankfort struggled with in its history. Herrin's had the benefit of the majority of the final or the previous handful of matchups until last year. So Frankfort looks to double down on that. This would be huge if you can get 2 wins in 2 games. It'd be a great start to the year for Coach Beery and his team. And and then you look at the other side. We mentioned it, Herrin. You don't want to fall to 0-2, so it's a big game for both sides. Frankfort's still trying to figure out who their new identity is in post Travion Johnson era. But let's hear what Coach Beery had to say going into his matchup against the Herrin Tigers.
We're here with West Frankfort head coach Brian Beery. You guys played Massac County in week 1, defeated them 58-20. You're here in Herrin in week 2, a team that has struggled early this season. Talk a little bit about tonight's game and just your team's.
Well, I think Herrin, anything that could have went wrong for them against Benton went wrong, and everything that could have went right for Benton went right. So, I mean, that score is not indicative of how good Herrin is. They're a very physical ball club, and we look forward to a very physical game tonight.
And just kind of quickly recapping your game against Massac, just talk about some of the strengths you saw in this team early in the season, and maybe some things you need to work on here in week 2.
Well, I think our run game was really was pretty good against Massac. We rushed for, I think, 315 yards. We passed for about 150. So we were firing on a lot of cylinders. I still think we made too many mistakes in some situations. We got to fix those if we want to come away with the W tonight.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was West Frankfort Redbirds head coach Brian Beery talking about their week 1 victory over the Massac County Patriots. Now week 2 here against the Herrin Tigers. Garrett, it's now that time of the broadcast for our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game here on the WFCN Game of the Week.
All right, let's get to our keys to the game, and I got one for both sides. And we'll start with the Herrin Tigers here at home, and I'm going to go with a saying I like to use in sports. It's flush it, just reset and get the bad mojo out of your head and off the field from what you had last week. It's a fresh week. It's a new Friday. It's a new day, and the score is 0-0. So do anything you can.
The SesserSam Red Devils, that should be a very good Franklin County rivalry game. Harrisburg Bulldogs at Carterville in week 6. That won't let you down. That'll be a good game. Get to see Carterville for the second time this season. Team yet on the WFCN Game of the Week. 2 teams, in fact, the DuQuoin Indians and the AJ Wildcats. So that'll be a good game. And then it's a double dip that week. Saturday, we get to see the Rangers at the Redbirds. Obviously, that's a big rivalry matchup.
It's for Franklin County supremacy, Aaron. That should be
right.
A big one.
Yeah. Especially looking forward to this week 8. I think it'll be a very good game late in the season. The Rangers at the Pinckneyville Panthers.
And real quick, Pinckneyville's a team I think will surprise some fans this year.
Mm-hmm.
Still trying to rebuild, but they had a good win against Redbud the other day. I think they'll surprise some people, turn some heads. And then week 9, always a big matchup, intriguing matchup between SesserSam and Johnston City. And if I can real quick, bit of a shakeup in the Black Diamond out of the gates.
Mm-hmm.
Flora Wolves.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they've done? They've already knocked off Carmi and SesserSam. They're 2-0. They've got through 2 of the 3-headed monster. They got Johnston City left because they played their game last night, their varsity game. But I know they're a little bit out of our coverage area, but I had to get that in there because looks like a new team emerging in the Black Diamond for sure, at least this season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I hear the horn, so that must mean it's time for some football here at the Harrison Brews Sports Complex in Herrin. Herrin Tigers and the West Frankfort Redbirds were getting ready for kickoff here on the WFCN Game of the Week.
Frankfort's going to receive to begin this ball game. Herrin in all black on their blackout night. Frankfort with red lids, red pants with a white top.
Number 32, Cannon Shoot. Number 21, Jace Bennett.
So here comes the kick from Herrin, and we're off. Cannon Shoot back to receive for the Redbirds. That'll scoot into the end zone, and we're underway here in Herrin.
Yeah, pretty good opening kick from Jose Mendez to send it to the end zone and get a touchback. So nice start to force Frankfort down at the 25.
West Frankfort takes over
With the 20, rather. Used to the different rules between high school and college and pro, but
Yeah.
as football comes back into season, we'll get back. Frankfurt's going to begin with it.
Here's the snap. They're going to run the ball, and he's taken down quick there in the backfield. That's Jayton Hobson on the tackle.
Yeah, toss out to the right to Julian Wyant, who was the lead ball carrier in terms of touches. Had a little under 20 touches, I believe. The main back that you're going to see for Frankfurt. And then you got a couple of guys that had some explosive plays, but Wyant has been the lead back, at least thus far. It's a loss of 6. What a start for Herrin's defense.
Really good start for Herrin. And once again, here's the snap. Running the ball once again, it's the quarterback keeper, and he's brought down near the 15-yard line, so they'll gain a few yards there. I'll make it a 3rd down.
That's Lucas Parker, Frankfurt's starting quarterback. 3rd and long, right out of the gates. A nice opportunity for Herrin's defense to get a quick 3 and out and allow their offense to see the field. Snap. Parker rolls right, lofts it, has a receiver, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Taylor Fox, but we've got laundry on the field. There's a flag over near the intended reception. Might have something against the defense here. He was in that area. Still awaiting word.
That was over near the 35-yard line where something happened. It looks like they're going to move them. Pass interference will be the call. It'll be on the Tigers, so that'll make it a 1st down.
And the official goes all the way back to the original line marker to walk it. So I guess he's got to get his steps in today. I guess he hasn't done that yet. He's got to get him in this Friday evening. So we're trying to avoid some rain, but other than that, it's been a nice night.
Yeah.
Good for football.
Parker brought down with a gain of about 3 yards. Yeah, it's we had a few sprinkles on the way in, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape so far.
But Aaron, that just adds up to what's gone wrong for Herrin this far. And facing a 3rd and 15, and you bail out Frankfort by having a penalty on a play where it was going to be a tough completion for the Redbird receiver. You bail them out. You got to make them make the play, and instead Frankfort gets a free set of downs, and they gain 3 on that first one. 2nd and 7 from their own 33. The snap and the handoff. Working towards the middle of the field and down near the 40-yard line is Wyant.
Tackled by a host of Tigers.
3rd and short. This is one where you almost want Parker to just take it himself, and he will, right up the middle. He'll have plenty for the 1st down as he falls past the 45. The chains move again.
So they'll be just shy of the 50-yard line. 47-yard line to be exact. A little over 9 minutes left here in the 1st quarter. And here's the snap. Parker passes it off. Passes it off to Wyant, and he's brought down.
Yeah, a couple of those halfback tosses, they really haven't worked for Frankfort. They went to Wyant to the right. They went to Wyant to the left. Those are the couple of plays that Herrin's kind of blown up early and proven that they can move left to right and get some stops.
So no gain on the play there. They'll start right where they started on the 1st down.
and someone jumped. Frankfort says it's on the defense, and that's what it looks like the signal is. It's going to be encroachment against Herrin. That's going to be a free 5 yards for the Redbirds. So it was around 2nd and 9.5.
Offsides on Herrin, 5-yard.
Now it'll go up to little inside 2nd and 5.
Another little mistake. Once again, Herrin really can't afford to make many of those in this game. They got to get locked in early here, but still some space to deal with for West Frankfort. Out still by the 50-yard line. Here's the snap, Parker, and that ball is a dead ball. It's deflected by Garrett Ray for the Tigers.
Yeah, he jumped the passing lane. That was really nice. Easily could have gotten that one corralled. He would have returned it for a long distance the whole way. But here we go, 3rd and medium again. And if you can play a clean defensive play here, I think you feel good if you're Herrin because you looked good defensively. The one play that really got you was when you got burnt with a penalty.
Mm-hmm. So 3rd and 5 now for the Redbirds, and here's the snap to Parker. He hands it off to Wyant, and he's brought down quickly.
He's going to be short. He's going to be short. He got maybe he's going to be short. He got maybe a couple yards, Aaron. A couple yards, Aaron.
So the Tigers force a 4th down for the Redbirds. 4th down for the Redbirds.
It's Coach Beery across midfield. I think this is go mode for West Frankfort.
We'll have 3 yards to go.
That's what it looks like. Looks like they will.
Out near the 41.
I don't know why you wouldn't. It's early in the ball game. Try to push the envelope here if you're West Frankfort.
Out near the 46-yard line.
Back to his right. Receiver out to the right. One to the left. Handoff up the gut. That is going to be awful close. Looks like he got the first. Looks like he got the first.
Yeah, that's really close, and they're going to say it looks like it is a 1st down.
Herrin's saying no. They've not signaled yet. Now they're going to bring the chains out. They might be a little short.
Yeah, it looks like it, just from our vantage point, it's hard to tell, but it looks like it's just a few inches shy, but we'll see.
Well, I was looking at one of the line judges, and he was standing a little deeper towards Frankfort's benefit earlier, and then it looked like he hedged back a little bit to line up with the other opposite end line judge. So Frankfort might be a tad short here.
Well, we're going to see right now.
They're short.
Just barely. So that will force a turnover on downs, and the Herrin Tigers will get their football for the first time this game. Good thing for the Tigers to force a turnover this early, Garrett.
Huge stand for Herrin, especially after a big penalty that could have broken them on that drive. And hey, first stand was from Herrin. Now let's see how Frankfort's defense comes out and looks in a scoreless game.
So Herrin takes over near the 41-yard line.
Hudson in the shotgun, hands off, end around to the left side.
It's Gabe Eldridge, and he's off to the races. He has quite a gain over to the 30-yard line.
With a long gain for the Tigers. Brought down by Julian Wyatt.
He's brought down by Julian Wyatt. That'll be a first Southern Bank 1st down for the Herrin Tigers. They're all the way up to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, how about Eldridge getting in the open field and just turning it upfield and turn it into a track meet before he was finally pushed out of bounds on the sidelines. But one play in, Herrin's offense is flowing. I'm sure it's already in a better rhythm than it was against Benton. Rolling out.
He's almost brought down, and there's a loose ball on the field.
I think Frankfort's got the football. That popped right out of the hands of quarterback Jackson Hudson and into a defensive lineman's hands.
Fumble on the Tigers recovered by West Frankfort.
Yep, it is recovered, and that's the game of football, Garrett.
Well, Hudson just tried doing a little too much.
Number 56 gave Ashby. West Frankfort. First down on the Herrin 45.
When he evaded that first would-be tackler in the backfield, he probably needed to find a way to get rid of the ball or go down even. Instead, worst-case scenario right there for Hudson.
And he did avoid a few tackles. He was almost brought down twice before finally that ball got loose. And, yeah, you're right, Garrett.
You got to take your licks. And
yeah.
You got to know when to go down. And tried to escape one too many men that time.
Mm-hmm. We talk about a learning curve, with a young team like this, that there's little things like that you'll see with the team right now with where the Tigers are, but just got to learn from it. So first down now for the Redbirds on the 45-yard line.
7:15 to go in the first.
Parker hands off, and that'll be a short gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Julian Wyatt, the ball carrier for the Redbirds.
3-yard gain, second down, West Frankfort.
Should be second and about 7. Second and 8, they'll say.
So close, Aaron. Almost had it.
Almost had it.
You'll figure it out, bud. No, but Frankfort's kind of been predictable early on in this game. They probably want to get out of this rhythm somewhat.
And there's a quick false start from Tigers.
Right on cue. Herrin shoots themselves in the foot yet again. But, I mean, I think you noticed it, too. A lot of inside handoffs right now. A couple of tosses out wide that haven't went Frankfort's way. But Herrin's defense, when they've avoided a penalty, has stood its ground for the most part.
So with the penalty, a 2nd and 8 turns into a 2nd and 3 for the Redbirds.
Now the playbook really slims down. You don't need a whole lot, just need 3 yards. You're going to go with something super comfortable here if you're Coach Berry. Shotgun, handoff. And it ends up back to
Taylor
Fox, who works to the right of the tackle box. Plenty for a first down.
Ball right on the 40-yard line now for the Redbirds, and they'll start another First Southern Bank first down.
But you saw there even a little redirect that time. Original handoff was to Wyatt. And then Wyatt back to Fox and had Herrin's defense fooled. Dropping back is Parker. Looking to the left. Lofting up, has a man. It's going to float into the hands of Parker Allen for a big first down.
Yeah, that was quite a pass there, and Parker Allen was pretty much wide open.
First down, West Frankfort.
So West Frankfort inching their way closer now to striking first with 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Like we said in the pregame show, Garrett, we don't see West Frankfort pass very much, but
that's what opens up some big plays for them, and we've noticed that the past few years. They get so predictable, run, and then they drop that out, and it ends up going for a huge passing gain. It reminds me of at the college level, a team like Army or Navy that maybe throws it 4 or 5 times a game, but when they do, it goes for huge chunk plays because the team isn't expecting it. Handoff right end. That's Julian Wyatt, who's going to gain a handful of yards. We're being dropped. They got this one marked out around the 10-yard line. They gave him 8 yards.
Second down.
Redbirds in the red zone, threatening. 5:20 to go in the first. Here's Wyatt. Pushes forward. Should be plenty for a first down. It'll be first and goal for West Frankfort.
Tackled by Skylar Crowdo. First down, West Frankfort.
First and goal. From the 6.
4:55 left to go, and here is
motion man to the right. Back to his right is Lucas Parker. He's got a man out right, one to the left. Frankfort calls a timeout right before the play clock expires. 4:33 to go in the first.
So it's scoreless. The Redbirds threatening to score first. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Welcome you back. The coaches at Crown Brew getting coffee.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week. The West Frankfort Redbirds on the timeout right now with 4 minutes, 33 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith. The Redbirds are threatening. There's just 6 yards to go before presumably getting on the board first. Tigers made a few mistakes early, but they're starting to find their rhythm a little bit here, but we'll see what happens here as we approach the end of the first quarter as the Redbirds take the field once again.
A funky start to this one, Aaron. We've already got a turnover on downs and then a strip sack fumble. So a turnover apiece. And Frankfort knocking on the door late or towards the middle portion of this first period. End around handoff towards the right pylon, knocked out of bounds short. That's Jace Bennett.
Jace Bennett, the ball carrier, stopped short of the goal line.
He got awful close.
He was, yeah.
A great gain on the first down play. They'll have this one probably inside the 1 yard line.
Yeah, shouldn't be a difficult task for West Frankfort here.
We're going to see a Lucas Parker sneak right up the gut, and he's got a touchdown. As he plows through. Parker at the 4:23 mark is on the board for West Frankfort.
Lucas Parker, the ball carrier for the Redbirds.
So on a Lucas Parker touchdown, the West Frankfort Redbirds strike first. It's 6-0, and it looks like they're going to set up for the point after.
Frankfort goes for 2 quite a bit, and it looks like
they might,
we're going to do it again.
Yep.
No, they're going to go for the point after.
Are they? Yep.
And it's going to be Parker Allen.
Parker Allen attempting the extra point for the Redbirds.
And there's a flag thrown on the field.
That should be on West Frankfort.
Penalty against the Tigers.
That's against the Tigers.
Half the distance to the goal.
Oh, they called against Herrin.
To attempt the 2-point conversion.
They've had a lot of those jumps right there on the line of scrimmage. Already, I think 3 times they've done that. So instead, with it moving a little closer, Frankfort will elect to go for 2.
And they're going to be in. So that'll make it an 8-0 game. The 2-point conversion successful for the Redbirds. So a Tigers penalty works in their favor once again. And that is where we stand now with 4 minutes, 23 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, just a slow, methodical drive that Frankfort's going to do. They had the one big passing play in there, but offense kind of lulls you to sleep if you're a defense, and it really wears on you as you're out there. It feels like forever if you're a defense against an offense like this in West Frankfort that just takes their time going down the fields. They're not in a hurry. They use all 3 downs on each set of downs, and now to a T, that's the style of Frankfort's offense, and they cash in there, get a big 2-pointer as well.
So the Tigers will get a chance to answer back here. They're going to have to answer back quick before the end of the first quarter if they want to get on the board early. Once again, we want to thank just some of the sponsors that make this broadcast possible.
D for the Tigers, number 2, Braden Burns.
They include BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, Legence Bank, The Print Shop, State Farm, Kenya Gardner, Kemper CPA Group, Sam C. Mitchell & Associates, the State Bank of Whittington, Roofing Guys, Johnston City Schools, Herrin Schools, City of Sesser, and the City of Herrin. So it'll be Quentin Osborne kicking off for the West Frankfort Redbirds. And here's the kick.
Line drive.
Yep, and it's kind of bobbled a little.
By a couple of guys couldn't determine who wanted it, but it's going to be Boyer.
Kanan Boyer back to receive for the Herrin Tigers, and they'll be brought down right around the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll start.
With a return for the Tigers. First down on the Herrin 24-yard line.
So they'll be at the 23-yard line, first and 10 now with 4 minutes, 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Here's the snap. It's a quick handoff, and we'll have a gain of a couple yards out near the 25-yard line.
Use the ball carrier for the Tigers, tackled by
Might just be a gain of 1.
2-yard gain, second down.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, so second and 8 now for the Herrin Tigers.
Jackson Hudson, the Tiger quarterback, just a sophomore, trying to get those jitters out after that fumble last possession. Motion man to the right. Hobson brought down. Flags coming in from all over the place.
Tackled by Quentin Osborne.
We'll await the word on this.
Quentin Osborne on the tackle for the Redbirds, and we'll see what they're going to rule this. Looks like they're going to be moving back.
It's going to be a hold against the Tigers.
Yeah. Move back to the 18-yard line. So now second and 16 for the Tigers with 3:25 left, all the way back to the 18-yard line. With 3:17 on the clock, here's the snap and the quick handoff. That'll be Hobson.
Hobson again.
Yep.
He's got a lot of speed, and they're trying to get him out and open around a couple of defensive players. He's one of them guys, if he gets some space, he's probably going to go for quite a bit.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore, and he has quite a bit of speed, maybe some potential here for the future of the Tigers program. We'll see what he can do. But
.235 to go. Quarter one, third and long, third and 13.
And that'll be Hobson again. He breaks through. He's past the 50, past the 40, and he's brought down right around the 35-yard line. So a huge gain for the Herrin Tigers. Man, that was a weird play, Garrett. It looked like it was in the hands of the QB for a while, but somehow it ended up in Hobson's hands.
Well, it was a QB option, and, he kept it. Once the defensive player committed to the quarterback, Hudson made a really nice play to get it out to his running back and let him do all the work.
So 1st and 10, it'll be the 35-yard line for the Tigers. 2:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Here's the snap.
It'll be a loss of 1 that time. That was in the hands of Hughes.
Tackled by West Frankfort's Taylor Fox, a 1-yard loss on the play, 2nd down.
They got to Hughes quickly.